What you have here are the elements to create a walk cycle of someone walking forward. This is a, let's see, that's the upper body, this is the lower body. There's walking in place and there's walking going somewhere. This is walking going somewhere. This is the ribbon line of the lower, the thighs, the lower calf leg, and then the foot. What's key here is always that this one foot is always rising, lifting off the ground. This is kind of a thumbnail. This is a quick sketch that allows me to conceptualize the motion in its essence without adding a lot of detail to it. So there isn't a lot of, this is about as small as I would work to get to this level. I could do even smaller sketches, but this is clear enough to show you this foot is rising, and then it takes a plant as the person walks forward while the other foot rises. Then this foot plants along here while this foot rises again, and then it plants, this foot plants while this one rises. And this shows you how one foot is lifting up. That blue is allowing to be negative color. It could be white. White might be a good color if I were to shoot this on a white, here I think it goes this way. That's it. If I were to shoot this on a white background, I certainly might want to put white under that instead of blue. But in this case I used blue, and it's a clear color. It's going to be the negative neutral color. It could be keyed out if you were to shoot it on blue. This is the top part. The key here is that to understand is that the character is walking. It would be cut up at this angle, chop, 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 and it would be not walking in place like my other example, but be walking forward. So every step it's taking is actually a physical step, moving the block another appropriate amount forward in time. This is the arm swinging, and you can see I've used the opposite of the arm color. The back leg is red, the front leg is orange, and I've done that opposite. So the front arm here is swinging in the opposite direction of the leg, and the back arm is swinging the opposite direction of the red leg. This is true when you look at this from the top. It's also contrapuntal in a sense, because the human body does that when it wants to swing arms and legs. The torso would, of course, have to be glued together with some white or blue. There'd have to be a head, and I haven't added any hand to this. I've only done the upper arm and the lower forearm. When you look carefully at how these shapes are made, this would be an example of the back leg as it's being created to the walking shape. And this is the full back leg. The key here is that there's a ribbon that is, if you were to watch the feet, let's just think of this as the feet now. There's a rhythm to the foot as it plants, and then the leg moves each time. So this would be the keystone orange foot, and then the red leg, the back leg, goes in opposite pattern to the foreleg. And sort of ribbons along, crisscrossing. You know, key here is to notice that there's a foot plant happening. The foot is planted here, and then this one is lifting up. What you want is it to lift up when the other one is moving as much as you can. Perhaps there's a little too much staticness there. I'll try to redraw this. be a little more accurate. So the foot is planted on the back foot, it starts to move, the foot is planted. You want it to be about half the distance each time. So you want the red foot, this is how we do it. This is the orange foot. You want the red foot to be moving like this. So it's moving forward while this is planted. And then it comes to a stop. And as soon as this foot plants right here, the red foot starts to move forward again, comes to a stop as this moves forward. That's a more accurate way to understand it. So the riveting effect is to give a contrapuntal motion. This is what you need to think of when you're looking at the bottom of this walking. This is actually a mirror view of it, so don't take it too literally. I'm looking at this as if I was looking top down at it right now. But you can see the riveting effect. It would almost be more accurate to kind of look at it that